Hello everybody, this is Jeff Berlin, and this is my bass. A lot of people write me asking me about the bass. How do I get my sound? What kind of bass do I play? So allow me to describe to you this marvelous instrument that I'm fortunate enough to play. But before I do so, I want to invite everyone to subscribe to this channel. I have a lot of great videos coming up shortly, educational in nature, specific, so that everybody will play better based on little bits of information that you can practice. So subscribe to my channel. Thanks. What my bass is I'm a Cort endorser, and this is a Cort rhythmic bass. It was built as a passive instrument because I prefer the sound of passive. I feel that I can get fairly well any sound that an active bass might get, but for me the passive has a sweetness to it, something I really enjoy. So the neck on the bass was copied from the neck of an older bass of mine by Cort engineers. They reproduced it, put it on the bass body. It's a maple neck, and I have an ebony or rosewood fingerboards. I honestly don't see a tone difference between rosewood or ebony. Some do. I have an ebony on mine. The frets are wider than usual, and I personally went to a luthier and had him flatten them out a little bit. I like flatter frets. It feels nicer to me to play them that way. What makes the bass so unique in its combination has actually created an instrument that, in my opinion, is as great a bass, practically in tone and playability, as the famous 1962 Fender Jazz bass. It is a passive bass benefiting the modern technology of pickups and woods and sounds and construction. It's an incredible instrument if you like four-string passive. The bass has a Babbitt's bass bridge on it, which for me is the best bass bridge I ever used. And this is coming from a guy who used to endorse for decades the Leo Kwan Badass Bass Bridge company. When they went out of business, coincidentally, I met Jeff Babbitt's, and when I tried his bass, my bass tone instantly improved. So I'm fortunate to use his bridge. The pickups are Bartolini's, which I've been using since 1975, when I had my old bass repaired, actually by the gentleman who invented the Leo Kwan Badass Bass Bridge, Glenn Kwan. I was going through San Francisco for the first time with Pat Martino, and I wasn't pleased with my bass tone, and someone said, go to this fellow, and he put on Bartolini's, because Bill Bartolini was just starting out in business at that time. And the tone was so incredible that to this day, I'm a loyal endorser. I'll always stick with Bartolini pickups. Knob-wise, there's, I would say, nothing unique. I have a tone knob, a pan knob, and a volume knob. So the pan knob changes the pickup from the back pickup to the neck pickup, or between the two of them. I think most of you have seen this and certainly have it on your basses. So these are simple controls. I'm personally fond of simple controls. I get a little bit thrown by many switches, and fortunately I work very well with these three buttons, these three knobs. I use DR strings. I use nickel DR strings, and the gauges are 40, 60, 80, and 100. And I use the DRs because they are sweet, and I don't know if this is a term you'll understand, but it's to the point. I like the sound of an instrument and strings and all my gear that gets right to the vision of music that I have. I found that these strings do that. And in combination, this bass with these pickups, this bridge, these strings, these knobs, these woods produce this tone. And even though in that legato beauty, I can also if I used my thumb, which is a little rare for me to do. But you can use a sweet sounding bass and make something beefy and meaty out of it. So this is the bass that I use, Quart Rhythmic, DR bass strings 40 through 100, 40, 60, 80, 100, custom designed for this line only, Bartolini's, Babbitt's, tone, pan switch, volume. Oh, I didn't mention the design. My wife did this because I thought, why don't I always play just tabletop wood bass. I like the tone, the alder. She says, why don't you, she drew a thing, why don't you do a thing with 2 woods? I sent it to the chord engineers, and this is what they came up with, and I think it's amazing. I'm not sure what this is. Padauk and spalted maple is what I sort of recall. So this is my bass. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to this channel. There is a lot of good stuff coming up. I'm really excited about what I hope to share with everybody. So, time to say goodbye. Thank you very much.